So all-purpose yardage, you add another 40-some yards to that.
42-yard return. Again, he got it down to the 2-yard line. Again, set up Gate City early. So, of course, after that quick start, it's been back and forth. Of course, these are two good, about good football teams with a lot on the line. Again, playoff implications to the winner.
Again, both teams young. Both teams like to run the ball. And both teams have had some struggles this year, but they've also, won when it's needed. Let's see if there's a timeout. Timeout Gate City. So, Chris, do you have any scores?
I do. Joe, you got me so confused with the playoff scenarios earlier. Did we need Wise Central to win or not?
Yes.
Well, right now they're down 7-6 to Lehigh.
Which is fine.
Okay, well, Abingdon right now has taken a 7-3 lead on Ridgeview.
Ooh, saucy.
Virginia High up now 13-0 on Lebanon. Patrick Henry up 14-0 on Homeacre.
Yeah, but again, playing on the artificial turf over in Homeacre. Again, Patrick Henry coming off their bye, 7-0, one of the last 3 undefeated teams in Southwest Virginia. Of course, what we talked about, if Wise Central can pick up that win over Lehigh, drops Lehigh down just a little bit more, gives us ability to beat Wise Central next week for PowerPoint ratings. And so that's one of the scenarios we need to happen to help us as Gate City's got the ball again, first down and 10.
First and 10, as Joe says, just around the 15-yard line. There's going to be a pitch. This time is going to be, let's see who's carrying this ball. Carrying the ball close to the 23, 24-yard line is going to be Reed. Reed came over to the near side and got about 7 yards before he was tackled. So good hard running again tonight by Luke Reed. And you got to like what you're seeing out of Landon Blanton tonight. Hard running from Blanton tonight.
Yeah, again, you've got Reed as a sophomore. You got Blanton as a freshman. Of course, Sally's back as a junior. DeAndre Mack is a junior. The whole backfield, comes back next year. So good things are coming. Again, Tomlinson, also a junior as well.
DeAndre Mack, a junior. So there's so many you can just name that have got so much playing time this year. As the ball's handed off on second down to Luke Reed. Luke's going to get close to a first down. Let's just see where they mark it.
Quest.
Looks like he's going to get it by about a yard, but we'll wait and see.
Guys, it looks like we're playing inspired football tonight. They're giving battle all they want down there in the trenches. We're hitting them hard right now.
Are they giving battle a battle?
They're giving battle a battle.
They're taking it to the John battle. They're going to call for a timeout. Believe it or not, they're going to measure this one. So take a timeout here. And Chris, anything to update?
Well, in Tennessee, we've had one score come in so far. Happy Valley's up 7-0 on West Green. No big surprise there. Greenville has scored. They've got a 7-0 lead over Granger.
And again, make sure, folks, that you do stay with us at halftime. Of course, they'll be honoring the band during, so we may be looking at another extended halftime. But again, there'll be the Campus Drive-In halftime show. Again, scores, highlights from around the region as well. Again, we'll talk about this first half between Gate City and John Battle. And then, of course, we'll talk about all the scores, playoff implications, everything. Again, brought to you by Campus Drive-In, just down the street on Kane Street, just down the road, about 200 yards away from us.
So they did measure it and came up with third down and about a half a yard to go. So we got Blanton and both Reed in the backfield. Look for one of those two to get the ball again as it's third down and very short. We didn't need much as the ball's handed off, but
we didn't get much.
We didn't get much. Let's see how when they unstack them how it comes out. And they're still down there talking and looking.
The spot will be the determiner.
And they're going to take another time. Nope, they're going to say first and 10, Gate City. They first motioned to bring the markers out, then they looked over and said, nope, it's going to be a Gate City first down going to be at about the 26-yard line.
Again, in Gate City's 7 losses, they've been converting on about 20% of their third down conversions. Last week in the win, about 50%. Tonight, they're 50%. 2 of 4 on third down conversions in the second quarter.
With Gate City getting the ball and scoring so quick early in the game, they've been able to play controlled offense. We're down to 5 minutes to go in this quarter. As
over the back.
That pass right there to Blanton, we had a we had a pass right there to Blanton, quick slant to Blanton, and that was almost on his shoulders right there. As he
he was draped all over him again. Second down, first passing attempt for Sally with 5 minutes left here in the second quarter. Gate City with that 14-0 lead.
Is that our first pass of the evening?
First pass of the evening again. That's
with 5:08 to go in the first half.
Coach Fred South, one of the best offensive line coaches, one of the best people I've ever met in my life at Emory Henry. He said the perfect game: no passes, no punts, no penalties.
That's true. As this one's going to be a pitch, and Reed has lost the ball, and it's just see who's going to end up with it. I believe it's going to be John Battle as we fumble the ball. Basic pitch right there to Reed, and Reed just mishandled the pitch. And it was one of those that the ball got kicked around 2 or 3 times. He fumbled the ball at about the 25, ended up going all the way down to about the 15-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 10. John Battle. We were looking to possibly run out the first half and possibly get a score, but that was the worst time for a turnover.
Turnover number 28 on the season gives John Battle the ball 1st and 10 on the Gate City 15. Can Gate City can they defend here? Can they stop them? Again, momentum on the Battle side right now.
Joe, we talked about this in the pregame. That's one of the things you said we cannot afford to do.
Witt's going to hand the ball off on their first play. That's going to go to Denton.
Bryson Denton, the ball carrier.
Denton gets maybe a yard. He tried to run it over to the left side and go in between the tackle and the guard, and did not get.
No gain, 2nd down 10.
Yeah.
Hicks came up and made a great play. Again, we talked about Jake Hicks, senior, playing his last football game here at Legion Field. Came up, great discipline to make the tackle with no gain.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 10. A stop right here would be a great win for Gate City as their quarterback keeps the ball. That's Witt keeping the ball. And he slips right there, as we were talking about. It's a good surface out there, but that's the 2nd time he's lost his footing tonight.
Of course, he had nowhere to go with it because, again, the linebacker was there, the defensive end was playing well, and then, of course, he had support coming up from that safety position. Again, a big 3rd down. We're forcing John Battle into these throwing situations, which has been a little bit of a detriment to them and a strength for us. Let's see if it holds true here. Again, it's 3rd down and 10 from the 15.
They recovered the ball at the 15, and after 2 plays on offense, Joe, as you said, it's going to be 3rd down at the 15. As they pitch the ball over to their running back, is he going to get to the outside? No. There is a marker on the play. Let's see if that's holding or a block in the back right there. But there was a marker thrown on the far corner, nowhere near the runner. So it's going to be, looks like holding against John Battle. Holding against John Battle over on the left side of the line. Let's see where they mark that. Gate City, I believe, has declined it.
Rob, when you were talking to John Battle in the pregame, what was their feelings about kicking here at Gate City? Did they feel they had an advantage, or they felt comfortable in their field goal kicking abilities?
He told me that they've got a real good kicker, but the play of the game would show how much that they're able to use him tonight. So we'll know right here is he's going to line up for about a 32-yard field goal. So again, their kicker is a junior, Jaden Farley, who is kicks, punts, kickoffs, field goals. So we'll see. Snap down, kick up, and this kick is good.
The 32-yard
that was good by about 10 extra yards. So if the first one has anything to do with it, they do have a pretty good kicker. So again, from about 30-some yards, the kick goes through for John Battle. So with 3:17 to go, John Battle has finally got on the score here in the first half, has cut into the Gate City lead 14-3. So we'll take a break, Joe, and we'll be back just here in a few minutes.
You're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio. Whether you're headed out to the game or if you're just looking for something great to eat, stop by and see the outstanding folks at the Campus Drive-In on Kane Street in Gate City. Campus Drive-In supporting Gate City Athletics for over 60 years, and they have a tremendous selection of breakfast, lunch, and dinner items, and they're open 7 days a week. Also go in and ask about their new ice cream machine as well. So give them a call for call-in orders at 276-386-3702. Again, that's 276-386-3702.
That last night.
And we are back here again. In the second quarter, John Battle has cut into the Gate City lead. It's 14-3 as they're ready to kick off.
Yeah, Farley will be kicking off after he kicked the approximately 37-yard field goal to get John Battle on the scoreboard with 3:17 left in the first half. Again, Gate City leads after two quick touchdowns with the help of two quick turnovers. They lead 14-3. And Gate City will receive the second half kickoff since John Battle received the kickoff to start tonight's game. This is going to be a deep kick. It's going to go into the end zone. And their kicker does have a strong leg. Mm-hmm. That ball landed just on this side of the and scooted into the goal line. Excuse me.
You know, and that's one thing, of course, we talked about the quick start for Gate City, but they've kind of settled down now. They had the turnover right there that gave John Battle the 3 points. Can Gate City sustain a drive? You know, they've not done that yet. So let's see if they have the ability to go to the length of the field on this John Battle defense. Again, playing at 3-5-3 has given them some problems.
I believe Gate City has 2 timeouts left.
Yep.
2 timeouts left, 3:17 to go. Let's see how they're going to attack John Battle. It's going to be Luke Reed carrying the ball to start out, gain of about 3 maybe as he runs straight ahead. It's going to be second down and about 6 to 7 yards.
You know, that's a kind of a bend but don't break kind of defense. You know, those linebackers are giving them no space, but they're able to see what's going on. They're able to create, you know, they're giving them 2 and 3 yards, but they're not giving the outside, and they're not giving them the big plays that, of course, last week Gate City got on Lehigh.
Again, neither team is wanting to stop the clock at this time, so we'll see if Gate City can hold on to the ball. Just as I said that, that's Luke Reed who had the ball stripped again, but jumping on the ball for actually another 3-yard gain was Blanton. That's the second time Luke Reed has fumbled the ball in the last three carries. They're trying to strip the ball from him as they tackle him, and both times they've been able to here in the second quarter. But Blanton was able to dive on the ball and actually get an extra 3 yards, which gave Gate City a first down. So lucky break for the Blue Devils as we hand the ball off this time to Blanton. Blanton's going to get to about the 35.
Handoff is to Landon Blanton,
where he's stopped by the Trojans, number 5, Logan Fleener. So it's going to be second down and 7 as the clock continues to run. We're going to be right at 2:08. And it's going to be second down and 8, guys.
You know, a name that we've not called all night, Logan Tomlinson, number 20. You know, he's not ran the ball. Of course, Blanton's been taking his carries tonight. It'll be interesting to see if he saves him for the second half or if we do see him tonight.
Now, Coach didn't say anything about him being injured, or did say we would get more play out of Tomlinson tonight, which there's going to be a deep pass right now. This is going to be to Mack. Mack is going to be knocked down as the pass falls incomplete as he was trying to get the inside coverage. Mack was running down the line, down the out-of-bounds line. The pass was thrown at about the numbers, and he was trying to go back toward the field, and the defender wouldn't let him. A lot of the fans thought that was interference, but
Well, I was about to say, I guess the polite thing is to say the referee is going to let him play tonight.
Yeah, most certainly. And of course, you know, and we talked about this the last couple of weeks, Gate City has been the most effective when they're running routes, not just the seam throws down the field. If they were running those 5-yard outs or 10 yards post patterns, we've had a lot more success as, for the first time tonight, DeAndre Mack is at quarterback.
Yep, DeAndre Mack under center right there as he's going to fake the handoff. He may run with it. He's faking the pass, but he's going to run it, and he's going to run for a first down. We've seen that play so many times right there as you can hear the coaches again yelling upstairs. you know when Mac gets the ball, he goes around there for the first time or two, he is going to fake that pass, and he is going to keep it 99% of the time, which he did. And he needed about 8 yards, and he got 8.5. So it's going to be first